there, happy hump day and welcome to Wednesday. So last weekend I went out to my garden and I'm thinking, fantastic, time to harvest those carrots that I had planted many months ago. Yeah, there wasn't a lot of harvesting to be had. What did I find? I found short, stumpy little things that really couldn't be characterized as carrots at all. And who could I blame for my lack of success at carrots? The weather, the environment that we're currently in, my gorgeous pooch Barney, someone else. No, the only person I could blame was myself. I loved the idea of growing carrots, love the idea of growing vegetables. Makes me feel somehow virtuous that I'm doing something that's really wholesome. But I hadn't put enough attention into it. I hadn't fertilized enough. I hadn't given them enough water. In short, I really just hadn't given them enough care and attention. It was a really stark reminder that, like anything in life, the things that you want, when you want outcomes, when you want results, it all comes down to the effort that you put in. Success rarely comes by accident. And it's interesting because often we can say that we want something, but then we're not prepared to put in the effort to make it happen. So in my situation, I really liked the idea of growing vegetables, but I really wasn't prepared to put in the effort that I needed to actually make that growing a success. In short, when I looked at all the list of things around me that I had to do, it just didn't really make that priority list. So what about you? Here's 2 questions to ponder. What are the things that you say that you want, but you put little or no effort into bringing that thing that you say you want into life? And in what way is that impacting your life? So do you need to up the ante in some way so that you make it matter more to you? Because when something matters to you, it becomes a priority. You've decided it's important. You've decided that it matters. And so you've set the intention, and when you've done that, it's more likely to happen. It's the setting of the intention that really makes the difference. Intentionality is different to wanting. Wanting is kind of like wishing. You can want something, you can wish for it, but when you wish for something, there's no clear action or steps that are tied to that eventuating. When you get intentional, you're far more specific. It involves focus, energy, determination, and above all else, persistence. So when you're reflecting and thinking about that thing that you say that you want, how do you turn it into some form of an intention? It helps to get really clear, to think about where you are with respect to that matter. Why do you want it? What's that desired goal? And how are things going to be different for you when you get there? How committed are you to making it happen? And then what are you going to do to make it happen? You're setting the intention, getting clear on that goal, you're making it matter to you, and then you're getting specific about what you're going to do to bring that goal to life. Dr. Heidi Grant Halverson, who's the Associate Director of Motivation Science Center at Columbia Business School, talks about how setting intentions is really important. And she uses this in the context of behavior change and setting new habits. And what she says is that what you do when you're setting an intention is you're getting very clear about the things that you do in particular situations. So for example, you can say to yourself, if situation A happens, I'm going to follow up by doing behavior B. So for example, you might say to yourself, when I work late, I'm going to then make sure that I'm going to meditate before I go to bed. The research shows, according to Heidi, that you're going to be far more likely with the follow-through because you've been very clear about the behavior that you're going to use in specific situations. She will say, deciding in advance when and where you're going to take specific actions to reach your goal is going to double or even triple your chance of success. The other thing that can help is making a commitment, getting a commitment buddy and writing it down. And further research shows this, that committing your intentions to paper and to get a friend or a colleague to help you, that provides additional support. So a study by a psychology professor at Dominican University, Dr. Gail Matthews, found this out. And she set up an experiment where she had 5 different groups. The first group just had goals, but they weren't written down. The second groups had goals, but they wrote those goals down. The third group, they had goals which they wrote down. They also had very clear action commitments to see those goals through. The fourth group wrote the goals down, had clear action steps, and they had a friend that they gave those goals to. And the fifth group not only had written goals, not only had clear intentions, but also they provided weekly updates to the friend that they had shared those goals with. The research found that that last group, the group in category 5, 76% of those participants who wrote down those goals, had very clear actions, and provided weekly progress update to a friend, made far more progress. 33% higher in terms of their progress. So wishing and wanting for something, that can feel like fun, but it doesn't actually get you anywhere. So for you, when you think about what it is that you want to change, the thing that you want to achieve, either short term or longer term, get specific, get intentional, have clear actions, have a commitment buddy, and use that commitment buddy to make sure that you've got follow through. Take care. I'll see you next week.